it's Erica Bell with EBYOGA, and I wanted to welcome you to my video yoga blog. So far, we've been working on how to bring yoga props into our practice, and we've been focusing here right on the yoga block. We've learned how to forward fold when we have tight hamstrings, and we've learned how to access more awareness and strength in our lower body. Today we're going to be accessing the same things, strength and awareness, but we're going to focus in on the upper body. So upper body strength is really important in a yoga practice because we can use our upper body a lot, from arm balances to standing postures, as well as the most common high to low plank. But when we do things like that repetitively, we can also increase the odds of having an injury occur. And there's no fun in having an injury in your yoga practice because, one, it can take you out of your practice, but it can also take you out of your day-to-day life activities. Who wants to do that? Definitely not myself. So let's figure out today how we can engage through our entire upper body, not just relying on our shoulder joint. So first of all, I want you to understand this idea of expanding your collarbone from right to left, whatever side you're on, but really expanding that collarbone, and also how to use your shoulder blades. So our shoulder blades, I wish I had a skeleton right now, but your shoulder blades are right here on your back body. And they do have the ability to move freely. They float around back there. And so we want to learn how can we engage them. So if these were my shoulder blades, I want to learn how I can move them out to the sides, how I can draw them back towards the spine, and how I can release them down my back. And the more I learn how to use those shoulder blades and expand my collarbone, the more I'm going to protect my actual shoulder joint. And I'm going to build strength in my front body as well as my back body. And that's what we're going to try to really focus in on today. So let's go ahead and grab a yoga block. And if for some reason you don't have a yoga block, please don't feel like you need to push pause and run out to the store and grab a yoga block, or worse yet, not even do this part of this series because you don't have a yoga block. Because if you have these guys, you can basically seal your palms, interlace your fingers, and squeeze in towards the midline. This will create your strength. This will create your awareness. So let's just get started using whatever it is we have present today. I'm choosing to sit on the floor today, but you are good wherever you're at. So if you're at the edge of the bed, on a sofa, in a comfy chair, that is perfectly fine. All I ask is that you have equal weight in your hips, and then you should draw your shoulders up as tall as you can over those hips so you can lengthen your side body as well as your front and your back body. Then we're going to grab that block, and we're going to get aware, index finger and thumb, and we're going to place it right on the side of the block, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. How tall can you sit up? So much so that that belly engages to support the low back. Drop your shoulders all the way down your back and let the chin lift up so there's some room around the throat so the breath can travel freely. I want you to then squeeze your elbows in so the upper arms seal into the torso. And we're going to bring the block forward, pressing into it equally on both sides and letting that block line up with our heart center. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, draw the belly to the spine and draw the block to the spine. Feel your engagement and strengthen your core. Draw the elbows back as if they were going to touch behind you in your lowest spine. On an inhale, reach the block forward. Keep the engagement. On an exhale, draw the block back into the spine. One more time, reach the block forward. And then go ahead and draw the block back in towards the spine. We're going to reach the block forward, and this time let's hold it here. Energy, index finger, thumb. So truly pressing equally into both sides, keeping the spine nice and tall, belly drawn in for support. We're going to reach the fingertips forward, and then we're going to pull the block back. We're going to reach the fingertips forward, and we're going to pull the block back. So please note that it truly is like this action of extending from the shoulder blades and pulling it back. Extending and pulling back. It's not an extending and rounding and bending the elbows back. It's a really subtle action to try to fire up those shoulder blades while moving through the collarbone and the shoulder joint. Let me move to the side, and maybe that'll shed a little light on what's actually happening. So I'm going to come back to the side, Come right into alignment, index fingers and thumbs, shoulders tall over the hips, shoulder blades dropping away from the ears, and I'm going to extend my block forward. So notice as I move, the elbows never bent, but they stay soft, so there's some cushion there. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Inhale, reach forward. Draw the shoulder blades to the back. Reaching forward. Draw the shoulder blades to the back. So we're going to keep this engagement right here and just stack our wrists over our elbows, pressing into the block. Nice 90-degree action with the arms, very similar to low plank arms or chaturanga arms. So we're building that awareness and strength right here. On an inhale, we're going to reach our fingertips to the sky, pressing into the block. Reach your fingertips a little bit more. And maybe you can reach the block all the way over to the top of your head. So notice if your shoulders came rounding up, drop them down the back, open up, expand the collarbone. Belly to the spine, ignite through the fingertips, and let the breath move freely. On an exhale, let those hands come right back down, keeping the intention and integrity, and then releasing the block or the hands. So take a moment, come back around if you moved with me, and we'll sit here nice and tall, releasing the hands onto the tops of the thighs. And I just want you to take a moment and notice what you experienced. Hopefully you feel some energy happening right here in the front body. Hopefully you feel some energy happening here right in the back body. If you only feel it in the shoulder joint or the neck or the jaw, just realize we were activating the wrong muscles, okay? So over time with that awareness, see how you can engage more through your chest and more through your back so you can release any and all tension through the neck and the jaw and get some tension out of those shoulders so we're not overworking them, overusing them. So remember, a practice of yoga brings awareness into your life. And it's not for judgment or criticism, it's simply for growth. So if you have awareness and things are working the way you want them to, feeling the way you want them to, then you move forward with that. If you have awareness and you're feeling discomfort and unease, then you back up a few steps and say, how can I do something different to support me more? So never judging, never criticizing, just simply exploring. I thank you for being present with me here today. I'm truly looking forward to sharing more information about yoga props with you as we build our practice together. And until then, I just want to end it right here with one wonderful, gracious namaste.